Hi everybody, welcome to Conscious Creative Life. In this channel, I talk about how to become more aware of your own energy, how to manage that energy in the world of energy out there so you can stay more centered with yourself, with your true self, and through law of attraction, have a happier journey and create more of what you want in your life. Today I want to talk about how to have healthier relationships with other people. This is something most people want to get better at. And once you realize that you have a very large part in how your relationships are going, then it's a great place to start and practice changing your relationships with others. So the number one thing that will help your relationships get better and feel more enjoyable to you is if you start focusing on the things about that person that you like the most. And there's a reason for this. It's not a psychological trick that you're playing on yourself. It's because you are an energetic being putting out energy to the world, and that energy is creative. Other people feel that energy, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, and they respond to that energy. And their behaviors are determined somewhat in response to your energy. So if you are around someone that you really don't like, you don't think highly of, you don't respect, in some ways that person feels that coming from you, and they will react by putting out behaviors which you really don't like and which you don't like being around at all. So what I want to get at is we're not taught that our private thoughts affect the world around us, but they do, and they affect the people around us. And I want to also bring in this concept of love. I think what we are taught in this physical world is that love is giving things to other people, whether it's your time, or whether it's physical objects or money. We're taught love is doing things for other people because we are in a physical world and we're very physically orientated in that physical matter is what we think matters most. A lot of us were not taught how powerful our energy is. So I wanted to redefine the concept of love a little bit. And for me, the biggest act of love is actually how you look at and how you think about someone. So everybody has a list of character traits that are positive and negative, or rather what you like and what you don't like, because it differs from person to person. But when you look at someone and you choose to highlight the things that you love most about them and think about those things, that is creative, and that person feels that. They feel that appreciation and that respect that you're giving to them, and they respond in like by giving you or acting out more of those behaviors that you like. And you know that this is true because you can be around someone that really, really, really respects you and likes you, and you know how you feel around that person. If you don't know that this is true, try and become conscious of this and aware of this. Feel how you feel when you're around someone that truly, really loves you and sees the best in you. And watch your behaviors and how you treat that person. Now, go and be around someone who you know doesn't like you and doesn't respect you very much, and see, one, how you feel, but two, how do you treat that person, and why are you treating that person that way? And you may be a wonderful person, but you may not be able or feel inclined to give your best behaviors to that person. So you should know how that feels. And if you don't, try to become more conscious of it. And then turn it around and think what it is like when you are the person that is looking at this other person. You hold that key to how you look at them. Because everyone has those qualities you like and those you don't like, and you can choose to look at one or the other. And you are the creator, not of that person. Obviously, they're a real person, have choices to make, but you get to choose how you look at them, and they will feel that energy from you. Now, they obviously get to choose how they react when they feel that energy, but chances are, if they're highly regarded by you and liked by you, they are going to feel more inclined to show you behaviors that we all would consider positive and that would mesh well with what you both want from a certain situation. So you have a lot more control of how you affect other people than you think you do, even if you're keeping quiet. A lot of people think if they don't like someone and they're thinking about it all the time, but they're not saying anything or doing anything overt, that won't affect that other person. And that simply isn't true. They feel it. I promise you that they feel it and they react to it. So in my next video, in part 2, we'll talk a little bit more about how to really sit down and change your perception of someone so that you can figure out a way to work with them if you want to work with them. And the last thing I want to say about this is, this does not mean forcing yourself to be with people that you don't like being around. If you have the choice to not be around someone because you just really don't like them, then just don't be around them. But there are lots of people that we don't like or we think we don't like, and we have to be around for some reason, for job or for whatever. And there's also lots of people that we really like, but occasionally they do things that irritate us. And dealing with that will help those good relationships get even stronger and even healthier. So talk more about that in part 2. And last thing I want to say is I will answer questions that you submit either on the website, Conscious Creative Life, or you can submit them down here in the comments, and I will respond to them and respond to you and let you know when that video is coming out. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you watching and being a part of this channel.